Hey everyone, welcome to this video. This is just a regular short video I plan to do. Um, I wanted to talk about some things that, um, about me in particular and about some other people, disabilities more so. I have autism, if you don't know already. I also have bipolar and, I suffer from depression, anxiety, and I do have to take a lot of medication that helps me out. But over the years, it was not all peaches and cream for me, and I wanted to kind of share that story with you guys. For any of you out there that are having issues with disabilities or being bullied or anything because of them, have labels because of them, because trust me, I know all way too much about that. Um, so here we go. Um, Pretty much a lot of my situations, I like to call them, started out in third grade, and particular, uh, mid, third grade, I started to where I didn't want to go to school, and which I ended up fighting, literally, my mother and anyone that tried to take me into the school whenever I wanted to because I wanted to be at home. I didn't want to be at school. Um, and then it caused a lot of the issues. I had children and youth. I had counselors getting involved at that time. It was kind of like, okay. And then that's a lot of the time where a lot of the kids that I knew were starting to kind of, they wouldn't say it to me, but I could tell in a way that they were starting to be like, okay, well, this kid's weird or something like that because of his issues and he don't want to go to school, the way he's acting and all that. But then I had some counselors such as Logan, Nicole, Dave, and Cordell, and M later on down the line, and others as well that I didn't name, but those are just the ones that came to my head offhand. But ultimately, that's when it started, and then I started getting into a lot more legal issues because of not going to school. I was arrested, taken to the school a couple times, fought with the police officers at that time, and it ultimately ended in me having to go to partial program, which is a hospital program pre before being put into the hospital. And I succeeded in that the first time around, and then after the first time around, it was okay for a little bit of time, probably for at least until fourth grade. It was okay because I finished out partial. I finished third grade in partial, so fourth grade came, and it was starting to be again to where I didn't really want to go to school, and that lasted for quite some time. It was probably about fourth grade clear up until seventh, where this kind of happened, where I had revolving counselors in and out, in and out, and then it was more to where I didn't want to go to school. I would fight pretty much anyone that would take me to school. I was almost put into the hospital 3 times because of the situations. Nobody was really understanding why. Like, I mean, at that time I was only labeled as this weird kid from all these other students, and I was only labeled from psychiatrists at the time for having depression and anxiety and bipolar. And that's what they were blaming everything for. They were blaming bipolar, and they were saying that it was just me acting out. I didn't want to be away from my mom, or I didn't want to be away from the house. That's all it really was. Well, then, as I got older, a lot of the students that I used to talk to when I was younger, um, as always in many school situations, move away and go elsewhere, and which I really had to sit down and think about, because a lot of my friends at the time were moving away, and then there was some new students that came in, and some of these new students were seeing these situations with me, and I didn't know how that was really going to react, or how they were going to react to the situations that they were seeing. And for me, it was just, uh, it was hard to get over it, comprehend that, but I understood the situations, and I myself, I didn't understand what was really going on. At the time, it was more so I didn't want to go to school, and I didn't understand why. And then as 7th grade ended, or started coming to an end, I had this great idea that I was going to move in with my biological father at the time, and it didn't really work out that way. But there was a situation to where my counselor had stated that why don't we just do 50-50, and it ended up not being that way anyways, but it was 50-50, and I was going to do cyber school through PA Distance, which my sister has already started at this time for her own personal reasons. Um, and so I started that, and how I started that, it was more so I started it out, I was doing half day at normal school, half day at cyber school. And I'll be honest with you, my grades when I first started cyber school was absolutely horrendous. And again, it was more so like I was losing a lot of my friends, and I didn't understand at the time that that was going to happen. And some of my friends I had in public school, I don't even talk to anymore. Or, to be honest with you, I don't even consider that I really have very many friends at all my age. And maybe that's my own fault, but in a way, I think it has something to do with disabilities. I mean, I don't understand. Maybe that's just me, but anyways, moving on from that, as I got into that cyber school thing, I started to get more into cyber school, and so I was preferring to do more cyber school than regular school, and eventually it caused to where I ended up just doing cyber school. Um, and my years through cyber school, they was up and down. I mean, I still had the situations where I really didn't want to do school, and there was still situations to where I felt like I was being labeled. I mean, a lot of the students, as I said, that I used to talk to really didn't talk to me anymore. And I thought that was the main reason why. It was this disabilities that I had. And as time went on, it was around maybe 11th, end of 11th, beginning of 11th grade, when I actually was diagnosed with Asperger's, which is a form of autism. And that's when a lot of the things for my mom and me and my family were actually coming together. Like the real situations and behind everything. It wasn't that I truly just didn't want to go to school. It was more something bigger than that. And then I, at the time, was very quite confused and upset, because I was afraid, well, this is just going to be another label that a lot of people were going to label me as because of this situation. And then at that time, it was very eye-opening to me for the real reasons why that these things have happened to me. These things have really went down, and by far that was not the end of anything. Like, I still have issues to this day where I feel up and down with these situations, and it could be the smallest things that can set me off. I mean, honestly, my family would tell you I can be an absolute jerk at times. Um, but I think my family understands the real situations behind the disabilities, and it's not all really about disabilities. I mean, everybody has bad days, but the real reason I wanted to kind of share this story is because lately I've been feeling a lot of loneliness, and like I don't really have anyone to talk to around my age. I really don't have much friends, to be honest with you. Um, so that's kind of why I started YouTube, to kind of give me something to do. And so I wanted to say thank you guys for all the views that I've been getting on YouTube and all the subscriptions and likes that I've been getting, whether it's Facebook or YouTube. It really does mean a lot to me. And probably more than you guys really even understand. I just want to say thank you. I mean, thank you. You mean you, whether you like my videos or you never even watched any of them, you guys were always there for me. You guys always cheer me up, even if I just get one view on a video. It always makes me happy to know that at least someone's enjoying my videos, or at least someone's even taking their time out of their day to watch my videos. And I want to say, for all the kids out there, or the people out there that are dealing with disabilities like I am, there is people out there that will help you. And I honestly gotta say, if it was not for any of my counselors or my family or anything, I probably wouldn't even be here right now. Because to be honest with you, suicide was a huge thing that I've considered in the past, that a lot of people really don't understand. And I honestly gotta say that I thank each and every one of everybody that's viewed my videos, anyone that's actually helped me at any type of way. You guys are truly amazing, and remember that if you have disabilities does not mean that you can't achieve anything that you want to. I might not be the biggest YouTuber right now around, but at least I'm trying, and that's what I'm going to do. And I want to prove to everyone that anyone, no matter what situation it is, can achieve something, even if they just try. I mean, if you don't try, you don't know if you can achieve it or not. And if you guys are still watching this video, thank you guys so much. Thank you. I mean, you don't even understand what this means to me. And to be honest with you, I've never actually really been quite as open with my emotions as I am now. And looking back at the situations, it was really hard for me. But again, thank you guys, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this video if you guys enjoyed it, and also like this video on Facebook, and like all the other videos that you guys like. I'm just a fan of YouTube just as much as you guys. Have a great day. Peace, and always follow your dreams. You can achieve anything you want to in life. Peace.